Welcome to the Deep Dive. Here we try to, cut through the noise, look closely at some fascinating sources, and pull out the key insights so you can really feel well informed. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something pretty unique. It sits right at the crossroads of unseen energies, our own human frequency, and something very, very present in our world now. 5G technology. Our mission today is to explore some specific insights, mainly from the teachings of Sheikh Nurjan Mirmadi. We want to look at how 5G energy and its frequencies might affect us, and maybe even more importantly, how we can potentially protect ourselves by, actively working on our own energetic states. This isn't just about tech specs. It's really about seeing the modern world through let's say, a spiritual lens. Okay, so let's unpack this. To really get into what we're discussing today, we have to start with a core idea from these teachings. The premise is that, fundamentally, everything is based on energy. That's the absolute bedrock in this spiritual view. So maybe you can explain for our listener, what does this idea of everything being energy actually mean for our well-being, for our lives?
Yeah, absolutely. It's central. What's really interesting here is that spiritual paths in this view aren't just about, believing things or doing rituals. They're seen as very practical ways to actually build up and improve your own energy. And this isn't just like an abstract idea. When your energy gets stronger, more refined, the teaching is that it directly leads to tangible wellness, to healing. So from this perspective, the greatest gift Allah Almighty might give isn't, say, getting what you want, but actually receiving this profound divine light, this energy. The teachings use terms like divine quadra and fires to describe this. It's like the raw, pure power of divine light given straight from the divine, for purifying us, empowering us, and really sustaining everything that exists. It's the energy that animates it all.
That's a really powerful way to put it. So not just a vague feeling, but a real, actual energetic force. Mm-hmm. How does this energy, this divine energy, reach us then?
Well, the description is quite specific and universal. It's described as flowing like a satellite dish, if you will, emanating constantly from the heart of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him. And it reaches anyone, anywhere. It doesn't matter where you are physically. Think of it like the secret of the photon of the sun. You don't have to go grab sunlight, right? Yeah. It's just there. It's everywhere, pervasive, seems motionless, but it's always present, always connected, always radiating. So this divine energy is this foundational, always on, omnipresent light. And it's accessible fundamentally to everyone. It's like the background hum of reality.
Okay, that grounds us nicely in this concept of our own energy and this divine source. But, all right, if our personal energy is so key, how do these teachings view something like 5G? It's this powerful new energy, right, spreading through our environment. The source material actually calls 5G a satanic signal being released to increase its frequency on Earth. Now, that's a very strong phrase. For our listeners, what does that actually mean in the context of these teachings? Is it like active evil intent, or is it more about the energy itself clashing with the divine? And what difference does that make?
That's a really crucial distinction to make. When the teachings use a term like satanic signal, it's not necessarily about, a cartoon devil pushing buttons. It's more about the nature of the energy itself, its properties. In this framework, satanic often refers to anything that tries to cover up or distort or just directly oppose the divine light and truth. So it's a frequency that's seen as inherently disruptive. It disrupts the pure, harmonious flow of that divine energy we were just talking about. And connecting that back to us, the source warns that this strong 5G broadcast, it has a potential to really mess with our human energetic systems. It's claimed it could flip everybody's wire, essentially, meaning it could profoundly disrupt our neurological pathways, our energy flows, leading to potentially significant brain issues, heart problems, and just a general energetic imbalance.
Okay, so less about a conscious entity, more like an incompatible energetic signature causing static or imbalance.
Yeah.
And the potential impact sounds huge. What else did the teachings say about how it interacts with us, maybe on a deeper level?
Exactly. It's about the signature. And the source emphasizes that these 5G frequencies are apparently so powerful, they could even enter into your cellular structure and all your atoms, and even start to manipulate the energy of enzyme, which suggests a really deep interference, right, with our basic biological and energetic makeup. It's not just surface level disruption, it's affecting the fundamental building blocks. And the warning that comes with this is quite dire. It suggests that without the right kind of spiritual protection, people might get so energetically scrambled, so mentally affected, that they could appear, and this is the description, like they're running on the streets with no mind or no brain, just not functioning properly. It points to a really immense energetic difficulty descending with these frequencies, which makes spiritual readiness, really paramount.
Wow. That is a truly a sobering picture of what could happen if we're not prepared, not shielded. So, okay, given this pervasive, deep-reaching challenge, how on earth can we shield ourselves? How do we build up that kind of energetic defense within this spiritual view?
Right, and this is where the teachings become incredibly practical, actually. The answer, according to the source, is all about cultivating and elevating our own internal energy. The only way, it says, to really improve your energy and build that strong shield is based on the sound that you make and that you resonate. That's described as the absolute core principle for defending against these external frequencies. It's about changing your own vibration, basically, so you're less affected.
Our internal sound.
Oh.
Or vibration. Okay. So what's the specific practice taught to actually do that?
The main practice highlighted for this is called zikur, which means remembrance. It's a fairly simple but very profound spiritual exercise. It's defined as mentioning Allah Almighty's name and also praising upon the reality of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him. And the effect of doing this, the teaching says, is that it fundamentally changes the entire frequency of your being. It elevates your personal energy, creates a kind of protective field.
That's quite a warning about needing to do zikur. It really sounds like it's presented less as a suggestion and more like a critical tool for, well, survival in these energetic times. You mentioned the source says if you have difficulty, increase it, because if you're not doing any, you're practically dead and don't survive what's coming. That's urgent.
It is urgent, yes. And the explanation for why it's so powerful is also given. When you perform zikur, angels are apparently drawn to you. They bring specific divine energies, blessings. And beyond that, holy souls, which means the pure spirits of prophets, saints, righteous ones, they put their nasr on us. Nasr means their spiritual support, their focused attention, their power. It's like a direct energetic boost, strengthening your field. There's a beautiful phrase that captures it. Your remembrance is my healing, and your names are my medicine. It really highlights that this internal energy building through remembrance isn't just symbolic. It's a direct, powerful, protective force. It's like an energetic tune-up, aligning your frequency with the divine, making you much more resilient to these disruptive external energies. It acts like a literal shield, repelling lower frequencies.
That makes sense. A really thorough approach to personal energy defense. But what about, our surroundings, our homes? We spend so much time there. Can we extend this kind of energetic shielding to our living spaces, make them like sanctified areas against these negative energies described?
Oh, absolutely. That's seen as a crucial extension of the personal practice because your environment deeply affects your own energy state, right? So the source gives several very practical things you can do for home protection. A key one is playing the Holy Quran loudly in the house. Similarly, playing salawats, these are powerful praises and blessings on Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, is highly recommended. The teachings even point out that you can find free playlists of these, like on SoundCloud, so it's made really accessible.
Okay, playing sacred sounds. And what's the flip side? What are we trying to keep out or counteract by doing that?
That's vital, yeah. It's contrasted very strongly with things like, quote, bad music, bad shows, even bad words or negative conversations happening in the home. These things are described as actively inviting in, demons and low-frequency energies into your space. And the point is made that with the speed and reach of something like 5G, these negative influences can get drawn into your home, into your field much faster. So it's not just passive entertainment. You're actively tuning into certain energetic signatures. To further strengthen the home's energy, spiritual calligraphy is recommended. Things like Ayatul Karima and Gaili. Ayatul Karima is a specific, powerful verse from the Quran, often used for protection, for healing. Qaidi refers to sacred written prayers or names of the divine used to bring blessings and protection. You place these in the home as a kind of energetic boundary, and beyond that, creating a really beautiful, dedicated prayer space is advised. With nice carpets, maybe candles. This inviting atmosphere encourages angels and aliyah, which means holy saints, friends of Allah Almighty, to actually come and pray there. And by doing so, they sanctify the entire house, filling it with light.
I see. So it's like intentionally making your home a beacon, a high-frequency zone, almost like a sanctuary that actively pulls in positive spiritual energy and beings.
Exactly that. A beacon is a good word. And the energetic result is described as profound. It operates on that timeless spiritual principle, quote, when the truth comes, the false perishes. Meaning, the light and the high frequency generated by playing the Quran, the salawats, the zikur, having the calligraphy, it radiates everywhere in the home. It acts like a laser or a spiritual sword, the source says. This powerful light actively pushes out, eliminates falsehood, low frequencies, negative energies. It cleanses the space. It's described as being so potent that opposing energy just can't really remain in its presence. The source even emphasizes playing zikur loudly in the house, explicitly inviting these holy beings to come and clean the environment of any energetic gunk. And there's a practical healing application mentioned too. If someone is sick, hold your hand over the area that hurts or is unwell while doing zikur, trusting that this can bring direct healing energy and blessings. It's all very proactive, an ongoing spiritual cleansing and fortifying process.
This deep dive has certainly unpacked a really profound and, like you said, incredibly timely perspective. The core message seems really clear. In this spiritual view, everything boils down to energy and our own energetic state, which we cultivate through these specific practices, remembrance, praise, like zikur, and also by fortifying our environment that's ultimately our shield, our source of healing, especially when facing these growing energetic challenges, like the ones described in relation to 5G.
Exactly. And to just reinforce that, it really is about alignment. When you are aligned with divine energy, the source is quite clear. External difficulties, even if it feels like the whole world is against you, they can't fundamentally harm you. True protection, it emphasizes again and again, comes from that intimate connection with Allah Almighty. It teaches that you don't need big things necessarily to overcome challenges. If someone isn't aligned, isn't drawing on that divine sustenance, Allah Almighty could send any creature, even something tiny like an ant, to deal with them. So the ultimate defense isn't physical might or tech solutions, but our internal energy, our connection to the divine.
That is a very powerful thought to end on, highlighting where true protection lies. Really makes me wonder, how might consistently raising our personal frequency and our home's frequency, like these teachings describe, how might that not only protect us as individuals, but could it also contribute maybe to a wider positive shift in the collective energy field around us all? It gives you pause, thinking about the potential ripple effect of individual spiritual practice. For those of you listening who are interested in exploring these ideas more deeply, perhaps looking into a structured path of spiritual development, unlocking those hidden realities of the soul, our source material does mention resources like Rising Sun of the West, which guides students in this way. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.